Hey, good people, this is your NI Dom back with another YouTube reflection. And this is a personal journal for contemplative people looking to think, grow, and have impact in the world. So, hey, most Enneagram enthusiasts think Beyonce is a type 3, the achiever, because she is driven, polished, and wildly successful. But I'm here to argue something different and maybe a little controversial. Beyonce is not a 3, she's an 8. The challenger, and the evidence is hiding in plain sight. So, if you're new to this project, this is a personal journal where I process my inner and my outer worlds. I do so by using personality theory. The two theories that I use the most are the Myers-Briggs and the Enneagram. Pushing those two systems together, I identify as an INTJ8, an INTJ8. I have a number of other disclaimers that I give in the podcast, but for YouTube, I just try to keep it short. What I want you to know that typically this project is unedited, it's unscripted, okay? But I want to, for those of you following, you're going to see something a little different. I do have a little bit of a script in front of me because I want to make this argument about Beyonce being an 8 and not a 3, and I don't really want to freestyle it, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of reading and then come off the reading and do some ad-libbing like I normally do when I'm reading text, but I just want to, me and my integrity my integrity is important, so I want to let you guys know that for today I do have a little bit of a script. I also want to say, though, if you're truly new to me, I'm a type 8 in the Enneagram system. And when I look at Beyonce, I see 8 all over her. And I'm fascinated. I have rather been fascinated why people make this argument that she's a 3. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is make my argument that she's actually an 8. And like I said, I have written some things down. But I would hope that if this reflection really speaks to you, that you do two things. First of all, many of you might be here and you don't really know about Myers-Briggs and the Enneagram as personality systems. I think this wildly helpful to help you grow. And what I know about what I think about Beyonce and her artistry and her persona, that she wants the best of us. And so my argument would be get into the personality theory, Myers-Briggs and Enneagram, because I think it'll help you do that, okay? And I hope you will stick around and follow me over at the podcast. But let's get into this argument that I'm going to boldly make, at least try to make, okay? All right, type 3s are image conscious. In the Enneagram, type 3s are image conscious, highly adaptive, and thrive on achievement. They often blend into what's expected, excel in their chosen field, and perfect the external package to match the cultural idea of success. Beyonce's stage perfectionism, awards, and unmatched career might seem like classic 3 traits. So let's talk about that. Type 3 core motivation, to be valued, admired, and seen as successful. Type 3 strategy, adapt to the role needed to win and gain recognition. But here's the thing with Beyonce. The surface polish isn't the point. It's the weapon. Oh my God, that's so good. It's not the point that she's polished and perfect. She's using that as the weapon, not as the end product. Oh my God. So let's talk about why I think she's actually an 8. Type 8s are about strength, power, and control. They resist vulnerability and lead with an unapologetic, take up space presence. Their core motivation isn't about appearing successful. It's about being in control of themselves, their environment, and their narrative. Beyonce's career moves make sense when you look through the 8 lens. So I'm going to give you a few bullet points that I kind of drafted out, okay? So the first bullet point is ownership. She took control of her music and brand, even creating Parkwood Entertainment so no one else could dictate her direction. Come on now. Boundary setting. She's fiercely private about her personal life, letting only what she chooses into the public sphere. Power over perception. Think Lemonade. Instead of a PR statement, She made an entire visual album reclaiming the story. Directness and confrontation. In interviews, she's often brief, direct, and focused. Eights don't indulge in unnecessary performance outside the arena they have chosen. So the core bullets that I kind of have outlined for the 8 are ownership, number 1, boundary setting, number 2, power over perception, number 3, and directness and confrontation. So now I want to just really kind of highlight key differences between the 3s and the 8s. Y'all hang in here, okay? So there are 4 areas in which I'm going to do this contrast. Okay, so the 4 areas are motivation, public image, handling criticism, and energy, all right? So let's look at the first one, motivation. For type 3s, the motivation is to be admired. For type 8, is to be in control. Beyonce power moves are, I think her power moves are about being in control and not to be admired. Not to say she doesn't like being admired, but I think the main motivation is power and control more than admiration. She just doesn't strike me as a person that needs that admiration. All right. Public image. Type 3s adapt to what works. Type 8s stay true to self. Beyonce, I think she bends the industry to her, not herself to the industry. Look at her. Like when they say, what genre is she in? I watched this girl on TikTok. She said Beyonce is the genre. She's not fitting into a genre. She is the genre. Oh my God, I love that. All right, well, let's move on. I want to linger here, y'all, but I have to do this on the podcast. I don't have time on YouTube. Okay, number 3, handling criticism. Type 3s manage their perception. Type 8s confront it directly. She calls the shot and changes the rules. She's not adapting to the criticism. So I'm kind of linger here. God, I hope I don't violate my 15-minute boundaries. Dang it. So you think about when she did that Daddy's Lessons. I think Daddy Lessons was a song off of Lemonade. I just got introduced to Daddy Lessons, and I sing it now when I go do karaoke, and I love it, right? So if they don't announce, because if you don't know, I'm a karaoke junkie, and I typically do country music. And so when I've seen Daddy Lessons, and people have never heard it, they're like, when I walk off the mic, they're like, oh my God, what song is that? What artist? And I turn around, I love this. This is so type 8 me. I turn around and go, that's Beyonce. No. The one couple's like, no. You didn't understand me. I want to know who just sang that. Who's the artist of the song you just sang? And I'm like, no, I did hear you. I'm telling you, it's Beyonce. And you could just see the shock on her face. And this is why karaoke for me isn't just about performing. It's about justice work. That's why I take my black ass into white country spaces. I love country music. So that I'm just going to do that. And politically, as a former social studies teacher, I am always interested in different political views. So that's true about me. But there's another part of me that's 8 that's like disruptive and challenging. And man, when I go in there and I sing that Daddy Lessons in those spaces where they've never heard Beyonce's country flair, and they have this perception of her, and oh my goodness, I love it. I just love it. But anyway, so that song, when she did Daddy Lessons off of Lemonade and she performed it at the CMA Awards, she didn't get a lot of reception. So instead of her shying away from the genre, she went and did a whole damn CD on it. Like, F you, right? So that's not her adapting to the rules. That's her creating her own rules. Come on now. I just want somebody who comes and argue. I don't even understand how people can argue her as a type 3. All right, let's go on in her, because I'm running out of time. Her energy. Let's do this last category. Energy rather. So type 3's energy would be polished, adaptable, but type 8s are intense and grounded. When you look at her performance, that woman is intense. She's so intense, she comes out as a whole new persona. What is it? Sasha Fierce? Her persona, I don't even know I think that's what it was called, her persona, her alias or whatever. And I read an article that most of her family and friends forget about that part of her. But when she's on that stage, that's what comes out. And I don't think that stage performance is strictly a performance. I think that her eight's love intensity, and if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And so that's where it is. So let me give a couple of quotes, and I'm almost done. Okay, quotes that reveal her Type 8 nature. Here's one quote. I don't like to gamble, but if there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself. So this represents self-trust and autonomy over validation. Second quote. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I only have to follow my heart and concentrate on what I want to say to the world. So the motivation is from self-direction, not external approval. And then the last quote, power is not given to you. You have to take it. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. A pure Type 8 statement if there ever was one. The final case. Okay, my air conditioner is hot. It's the summertime and it's been running in the background, so I turned it off because I want to make this final case, all right? Type 3 Beyonce would be about winning within the system. Type 8 Beyonce is about changing the system entirely. She doesn't just want to be the best in the game. She wants to own the game, rewrite its rules, and protect her space from anyone who might try to control her. So yes, she's disciplined, ambitious, and wildly accomplished, but those are tools in service of her deeper motivation, sovereignty, power, and self-rule. And that, my friends, is the heart of a Type 8. So, the only thing I hate is that I had that air conditioner running in the background, but y'all know, unedited. Usually I'm like unedited, unscripted, but I did have a little bit of a script, but I wasn't just bound to that script because it was just too much for me to stay on script. So hey, you guys, if this reflection's had any value for you, please give it a thumbs up, like, star, or heart. If this conversation about me arguing that she's a Type 8, not a Type 3, if that relates to a conversation you've had in the world, please take this link and share it with those participants. If you've not been talking in the world about Beyonce and the Enneagram, but you've been talking about Beyonce as fierce, please still take this link and share it with those participants because maybe you're going to introduce them to personality theory, which is one of my core missions, is to get more people to get into personality theory for their own growth and their own empowerment, okay? If my moving about in this reflection has caused you to have some thoughts and some arguments, even if you still are on the side of thinking she's a Type 3, I can handle that, you guys. You can find me on my website, yournidom.wordpress.com. I did produce a PDF where I lay out this table where I show comparison and contrastion. I compared and contrasted the Type 3 with the Type 8 in the backdrop of Beyonce. So, but I only sent that to my subscribers. So if you come and subscribe to the website, yournidom.wordpress.com, you'll get you'll get that, you'll get that overview, okay? All right, you guys. Please follow me on my podcast, You're NIDOM, the podcast, where I really just talk about my life as an 8, specifically as an INTJ8, all right? But it has been a pleasure hanging out with you until I come back. Be well. Bye.